In this session, we'll be discussing about the project and its applications over the command which we learned. And this is the dimension and the views which you can see. And we are going to create this particular feature, and by adding different multiple features over the objects. Let us start understanding from the scratch. And if you see this particular figure here, the fully defined sketch which you have, and you have to find this as your primary sketch, and after that you can add this and this separately. That means primarily you have to create this particular sketch, and then you have to move by selecting this and these two separately, and you can find this object. So after that you have to add the thickness to this, then to this side as a ribs, and you will get your final model as such. It's very simple. So let us start understanding this. So for understanding this, from your tutorial folder you can find this particular file. So let me brief you about the options which we are going to use. 3 different features, right? So I'll just delete one by one, and here you just have the loop. This is exactly over this base. This is the base, this is sitting over this, and these are the ribs. So I'll delete one by one. I'll delete this also, so that I can show you from scratch how to start. So this is the sketch which you have, and I can just go to show this. So this is what you have to create first, and you have to prepare this particular sketch, and you have to assign all these dimensions as shown. So this complete details you can find here. So this is the dimension: 75 base, 37.5 from the center, 10 is the rib width, 8 is the thickness of the plate, and 48 is the bottom to top height, and 40 from the base to the top, and 8 is the thickness of this particular cylindrical roll, and inside and outside dimensions are R12 and R20. So by keeping all this in mind, you have to prepare the sketch. So once you prepare this sketch, the fundamentally we are trying to understand how to control the different properties which you need to apply to your feature. So when you go to extrude features, so here you can directly go for the sketch controller. Here you can see you can have rapid sketch which you can use, but our point is here to select the particular feature and create it. So I want to select this particular feature. So this contour I don't need. I need to select this, and I don't need any thin control. And what about this orientation? That I will be going from the mid plane, and this is the base which I want to create. So whatever the dimensions you want, you can test it. So once you create this sketch, you have to create these particular features. You can find here that this is the contour sketch. I need to have this. So what about the control that I need from the mid plane? And you can directly control your depth here. Whatever the depth you need to have, the thin feature, switch off it, as you can see. And finally what you can do, you can add your ribs. So just you go to your extrude, and you can select your profile, and here you can see the whatever the contour you need, this and this you can select, and you can even go for the mid plane. You can have your control, how much you need as your thickness. Maybe here I need to have 10, and you can go for OK. So thin feature I don't need. So in this way you can directly create from a single sketch these multiple features, and you can add. This is what we are trying to understand in this project. Next we'll look into the second project, where we'll be understanding the same scenario, and these are the dimensions which you can note here. Just pause the video and study the dimension, then move to the next slide. Here you can see the fundamental master dimensions. So 140, 18, 118 from the center to the base, 56 from the center to base, and add the fillet, and the central circles also create by adding 30 and 20, and then move to this same scenario where you can find your multiple sketch object, and then you can directly control and create your features, and you can create this object. So I'll show you how to do and add this. So for understanding this, from our exercise folder, I'll be opening this particular model, and I will show you about the different scenario which you are going to perform. So first of all, you can see here, this is the cut which you have to do. This is the cut which you have to do from the side. This is the extrude. Another feature, this is also the extrude, and this is also the extrude, this base, and this is the fundamental base which is also extrude. So you can delete all this and you can start from scratch. So when you delete it, the related other features will violate, and you may get the errors like this. You can continue and ignore like this, or you can do a best way. I will suggest you, what you can do is, from your exercise folder, when you open this particular file, what you need to do is, from the bottom side you start deleting, so that the parent and child relationship will not be violated. So this is the best thing which you can always adopt and keep in your mind. So from the base you start deleting, so that you will be moving to the top, so that parent and child relationship will not be violated. This is very, very important, and you can understand this, because these sketches are depending on that, so no need to worry. So I'll go to this particular sketch and I will show you. And this two sketch I don't need, so I'll just delete this, because I will be creating some scratch. So this is the first sketch which you have to prepare, and you have to capture all the dimensions with respect to the front plane. So after preparing this sketch, we are trying to understand about the method which you can adapt. Now we'll see with the operation here. So we'll go to extrude, and let us start with the base, and after that you have to remove the thin feature and this contour face, and you have to select this contour, and after selecting this you can go to the mid plane, and you can specify whatever the depth you are looking for, and go for OK. After that you have to move to this particular feature. Again we'll go to the extrude and select the any sketch, and I'll just remove the thin, and because we have selected open profile, and this I am looking for, and I'll go for the mid plane, and whatever the distance you would like to have, that you can specify here, and go for OK. And again this also can be done, but here I will do a little bit modification. I don't need in the mid plane, I need a blind direction, so that can be updated. And after that, about this and this you can add it. Extrude, I'll select the profile. I don't need to select this contour, I need to select this contour, and I'll specify the depth here. And again I'll go to extrude, and I will select this profile. I'll just clear the contour, and I'm interested to have this, and whatever the distance you need to apply, that can be specified. After that you need to create a cut this side, so we'll go to extrude, cut, and you have to select this face and go to spacebar, so that you can select this particular side, and you can prepare your required sketch which you need to cut, and you can define the dimension here, whatever the dimensions you are looking for, and also this particular height you can specify. I'll just specify 150, and you can specify your dimensions. So arbitrarily I am just specifying. You can follow the drawings which is given, and here I can supply through all, and this will be done. So for all these dimensions you can follow this particular details, and whatever the side sketch, that details also given here. 60 and 15 that you have to maintain. So this side 15 and this is 60 and 2 is the thickness that you have to maintain. And after that, this 4 hole with 10 diameter and 110 apart and 15 from this corner and 20 this height you have to maintain. So I'll just go to extrude cut and select this face, and I'll go to spacebar and I'll select the top face here, and here you can position the required holes that you can refer here, whatever the holes you would like to have. So whatever the holes you need to position here, that you can specify, maintain the dimensions, and then you can go for the pattern. Here you can see the linear pattern, and whatever the direction 1, how much you need, whatever the direction 2, whatever the direction 1, that you can specify here. This is the direction 1 for the edge 1, and if you need the direction 2, that also you can select the numbers and you can specify this. Maybe I need to have a control here. You can flip it. You can have 50 like this, and you can go to OK, and then you can finalize based on your requirement, and whatever the depth control you will give, that you can specify. And quickly you can edit this base extrude. I'll go to edit and don't need in both from the mid plane blind direction, that you can easily accommodate, and you can go for OK. And you can anytime you can update this cut, edit definition, and you can change your depth. Maybe 25 I need, or maybe 10 I need, or whatever the distance you need. Just like that, if you need to control the sketch, you can directly go to sketch and edit it, and here you can have all the properties. You can see here you have the option edit linear pattern, and the corresponding distance you can change it, maybe 75 that you can control, maybe 85 that you can control based on the requirement. Just I am showing you how to do it. In this way you can do and finalize the sketch, and you can exit it. Just quickly how to do it, I am showing it. So the precision part and the exact dimension part you have to control and you have to adapt by seeing the sketch. I am just guiding you how to do it. So in this tutorial 3, we are going to create this particular stuff, and these are the dimensions, and you can start with this basic sketch, and after that you have to select this particular profile until this particular face and sketch. You can cut it so that you can add to the base face the other part, and that will be captured. And after that you need to select the cylinder, the sketch at a particular datum height, and then you can extrude this till the surface. You can see this plane 2 is offsetted at this particular height, which you can find from here. This is at 150, from the base 150 you have to create the datum plane, and after that you will be creating the counter bore. So you have to select this profile and you have to go for revolve cut, and you have to define this, and after that you have to drill the holes with a 25 diameter centered to this, and you will be done. And couple of exercises are there for you which you need to do yourself, and these are the dimension purge and record the dimensions and try to create as shown here. Just like that, this is the exercise which you need to do, record the dimension and try to do by using the multi-sketch option. And this another project for you which you need to study from this particular sketch, pause your video, record the dimension and start doing it. So I'll just quickly rewind the project 3. So how to do it? So if you see this particular step here, this is the first step which you have to do. If you go to edit, you can see this particular sketch is extruded from the mid plane 150. So that you have to do as your first task. And second task is you have to use the cut option after creating this particular sketch at this particular height and using through all from the sketch plane. And this is basically the cut extrude feature, and you can flip the side, you can keep it this or you can keep it this. This you can directly create and you can cut it. So after that you have to create the plane at this height, the 150, and then you have to go for the extrude this particular profile, this circular profile with 150 dimension till this face, and after that you have to cut the profile which is shown here. This is the profile and this is the axis. After creating this and revolving this, you will be getting this. And finally you have to create your holes. You have to cut these two holes and place it. So hope you enjoyed this session and try the exercises, the 3 different exercises. Thank you.